It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we'll see Zamir White. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Nighthawks and the Elks under the lights on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've gotten a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out.
To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're underway here in Omaha. He's going to field this at the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted second in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
2nd and 3. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. They get 13 on the pickup, and they'll have first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Got used check, and it's complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
That one's complete, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down, Stroud. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Ashton Davis there on the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Stroud. This throw is caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. White trying this straight ahead. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. run. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal. White will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Elks finish up an excellent opening series. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Devin Duvernay to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the 2nd of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start. You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
He has the first over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Now running for the first time with Audric Estime. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now first run of the game, Zamir White. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, this is White. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Arden Key there for the stop. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Nighthawks flying out their punt team. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. The Elks and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And we see that to this point, he's leading the NFL in touchdown receptions as we work through November and into our final month plus of play. The drive starts with a carry by White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They run the counter with White. He breaks the tackle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Running back sent in motion. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Running it after the penalty. And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Neither side separating much so far. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Here's White again. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move. He's running for it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And no doubt he wants a good start for himself here in primetime. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. First down, here's Lamar. And a man is there to knock that away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. The give now to White. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Collects this at the 35. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, it's a give to White. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, He's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Getting out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Stroud. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, a run for White. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Pickup of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Stroud. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This will be caught by Adams. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Stroud now. On the move, headed right. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. To the air, Stroud. Escapes out to the left. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Hey, I get it. You know, there are times as a decision-maker playing quarterback, you take a sack and you cut your losses. But when you get an opportunity in the red zone on 3rd down, you'd love to give your guy on the other end a chance. Because a touchdown, well, we know in the course of outcomes of games, so much more influential than settling for a field goal.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Their offense running back out now. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. They're set up at the 35 now. And they send a man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Myers. Down the left sideline he goes. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against a front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Here's the option give to White. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it with White. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here goes White. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He's gonna keep it this time. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now it's Stroud. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
The return begins on their side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to be set up in great position to begin their drive. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lamar off the play fake. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Finds his running back, Aldrick Estime. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pass complete to Duvernay. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Lamar throwing again. Completed to his running back. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives them the 1st. Jackson yet again. This one's caught. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Lambeau able to put it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Throwing it just before halftime. From the pocket, he's taking a shot down the left side. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Elks taking a lead into the locker room. Now we'll get you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Lots of great matchups to come this weekend, starting out in Germany, the final international game of the year. Giants and Panthers from Munich. Oh, it's an early start, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He's got the lone touchdown of the game on a touchdown run. We'll see if he can get it going through the air as this one goes on. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Out of the gun, White. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. It's White on the give. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And it'll give him a first down. And it's so rare when you see someone get to break their own record. But Lamar Jackson, well, he is that rare breed. Someone who's really elevated the way we looked at mobile quarterbacks in the modern game. And he has once again raised the bar for how much a quarterback can run in a single season. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Short throw, tipped. Oh, but he's still got it. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by DeMarcus Lawrence. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give him a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Complete out to the right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Motioning right is Hopkins. Play fake, Jackson. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Lamar now from the gun. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Lambeau able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been one of the central pillars of this offense this season. Right now sitting 2nd in the NFL in receptions. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's a toss to White. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Chidobe, Awuzie, they're on the tackle. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. He'll get this one to Adams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
White trying this straight ahead. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Running on second with White. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Again, this is White. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A run now with White. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They run. It's White. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They run the counter with White. And he's brought down for a loss. Now, hold on a second. We have a player in some pretty clear pain following that play. That's Rachaad White, who's getting some attention from the trainers. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. He'll get it at the 9. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. They've got a man in motion. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he can't escape this one. They get to him for a nice exclamation point to end this 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, here's Akers. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 8 yards on that pickup, and an even 10 remain on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
The Elks lining up in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. Now outruns their offense to take over. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Here's White again. Up the sideline, past the 40. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll give him a first down.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
First and 10, it's a give to White. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. All right, here we go. Second down. Pistol snap to Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. They'll send out the punting unit. Ryan Stonehouse will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick. The Elks and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. The give now to White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Stroud. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball picked up by the defense. And he drives this forward to the 6.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with 1st and goal waiting for them. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Here's the option give to White. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that 6th sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
There's just certain times you get a feel, right, Kate? You do this long enough, you kind of get a sense and just know these two teams are going to be fighting and clawing for that lead. And that sack, well, for me now, you can't afford to go for it. We'll put some points on.
And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here, and this time cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. Brings it in at the 12. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Here comes their offense out again. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. Drive starts with a carry by White. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
First down, and they go right back to him. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. And because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
They send the tight end in motion left. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's on the move. He'll step up, and there he goes. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And they'll have first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Offense to the line for second down. Motioning him from the slot right. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Setting up to pass. Setting up the running back screen. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Got to figure out this third down here. Throwing now. Flushed out of the pocket. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. Looking to throw it. That's incomplete on fourth down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Try the right side with White. And he's tackled up across the 20 at the 22. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, White. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense takes its third and final timeout. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's going to run for it. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Elks are winners as we say goodbye from Omaha.